Hello. Oh, no, no avatar yet. Oops. Okay, give me a second. Oh my gosh, it hasn't loaded in yet. There we go. Hello, hello. Sorry. Sorry about that. Took like a second there. Ooh, what kind of food? Actually, we had a poll beforehand, and what won out was dessert, cakes, and fruits. So yeah, 100%. We are 100% gonna see cake and fruit, and we'll see. After we draw cake and fruit, we'll see if we have time to draw other foods you guys might like. So I think this one is gonna be a more chill stream, since it's gonna be more about the rendering, more about the process. Yeah, we're rendering desserts for sure. Yeah, I mean, I do use Metabang sometimes. Yeah, hi. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a few minutes before I start actually, since I know I'm a little bit late. But let me turn down the BGM a little bit. There we go. Yeah, how's the audio? Audio good? Video good? Yeah, let me know how it's going on your end. Audio good? Okay, it seems like... Yeah, video good? Because like on YouTube it says, oh my gosh. The playback has crashed, but it seems like the stream is still going. But that's okay. It's only like a little preview for me. It's good? Okay. So I'll just leave like a little doodle right here. There we go. There. And there. Because we won't. I don't want to leave the canvas empty here. At the very least, draw something really simple. There. Bit. Quick Iggy. I'm about to never skip it. That's fine. Just join if you have the time. And I might start in a minute actually. So give it like a extra 5 minutes. I should have started earlier actually, but then something came up. I had to do some errands before this. So I'm not as punctual as I usually am. So yeah, my bad about that. Yeah, I also had to eat because it's important to eat before you stream. Is what I learned. I can't, I can't skip a meal before streaming. I mean, I have tried it before, but I really do feel it. I draw less effectively when I don't eat. And let me double check something. But yeah, what about you, chat? How is it going? Have you guys eaten yet? Can't skip eating a meal when you have to draw delicious food. Exactly. I can't do that. I think if I did the stream while I was hungry, it'd be over, man. I don't think I could draw. I'd be too hungry. It's hard to distract yourself from hunger. Yes. I've only eaten a bagel. I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess. But yeah, I'll be like Plankton. Hold on, let me draw. Plankton. Holographic meatloaf. So yeah, if I didn't eat anything, all I'd get is holographic cake. And then there's like a light. Um, classic, classic scene from a classic episode. Ooh, you're making pumpkin curry tonight. Nice. Yeah, I'm also waiting for people to start coming in. Let them know. Have I posted yet? Yes, I have. Okay. But maybe I'll give it one more minute, because I do want to chat. With chat. Ooh, I eat carrot while watching. That's good. If you eat carrots, you'll watch this video in like 4K. Even though I'm not streaming in 4K. Yeah, rumor has it, so eat your carrots. And get your vitamin A. Breakfast by democracy. I know, so this is what democracy wins you. Dessert. But yeah, low-key, I kind of wanted to do breakfast as well, but it doesn't matter. You know, both of them are still good. Yeah, we won't be drawing rice, bacon, and eggs. We'll be drawing some desserts, some cake, some fruits, some strawberries, and all that. But yeah, I think that's enough time of just chatting. Yeah, surf is so fun to render. Yeah, for sure. We'll see. We'll see if we get there, but I do want to focus on cake. But yeah, to everyone who's here, welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to the stream. And today, it's gonna be a more chill stream. So it's about rendering food, specifically desserts, because that's what won the poll. But if I finish early, we could decide on what we could draw after. So worry not. It's more of a process-focused stream today. And yeah, as usual, before we begin, I gotta do this. Where is it? Oh my gosh. I am so prepared today. But yeah, in case you guys didn't know, our Arguon community is filled with tons of art nerds, and we art nerds have to stick together. And if you're an art nerd too, check out our links to our social media in the description below. Also, I gotta change your music to have the spooky music. And check out our website for class offerings so you can get critique, guidance, and encouragement from our instructors, because we're not just a YouTube channel, we're also an art school. So if you want to learn with me, do some classes, feel free to check out the website. And if you want to support us so we could keep making free content, you can become a YouTube member for the cool badges and cool emotes. And you can also join our Patreon so that you could get special Discord perks, like being able to get feedback from our instructors, which is super cool. And also, you get our files. So be sure to check those out. Support us more so we can keep making free content. Yeah. There. And don't worry, just watching the stream is support enough. So I'm glad you guys are here. Rewinding a few seconds. Oh yeah, my friend, he taught me a trick actually to live streams on how to catch up, because sometimes we'd be watching a live stream, right, and some people would be way ahead or just a little bit ahead. So the technique so that you could catch up to those people, even though it doesn't let you scroll forward, is you go onto speed and then you set your live stream to 2 times. So if you set it to 2 times, for some reason this works, it actually sets you forward. Oh, is the stream down? Okay, wait. Video check? Anybody else have their stream down? Yeah, this video check. Now I know how to catch up. Word. Yeah, now you know how to catch up on live streams. Okay, if Will knows the tech, then I'll just say that, yeah, you guys are caught up. Time traveler. Tim Traveler? Oh, your stream is down for a sec. Ooh. But, okay, sounds good. Maybe that's like a YouTube thing. Sometimes it's just YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, so today, we will be drawing a yummy yummy cake. Okay, so let me hide this. And... let me get this stuff out of the way. Perfect. Everything is fine for Daria. Okay, so I guess I would just get started. So I was thinking of drawing a strawberry cake, but I don't know what it's called, but I'm thinking of the type of cake. It's like this. A strawberry cake. Yeah, so yeah, I want to talk about what I'm drawing first, and then we'll get to the showcases. Yeah, I think that's a YouTube thing, if it is a buffering problem. Shortcake, yeah! You immediately knew. It was like, it's like this, where, you know, there's dough, and then strawberries and stuff. Because I feel like that's a lot of interesting shapes to be rendered. And things are pretty different in their shininess and all that. So I feel like this would be a really interesting cake to do. Yeah, I drew that for a class actually. So one of the classes we had, it's called Seasoned Food. It's actually a pretty cool assignment. So it's named Seasoned Food, as in like air quotes. And what the assignment was we had to think of food for the 4 seasons, and ramen was the one for winter. So let me try to look for that drawing actually, because I also really love how that turned out. Give me 1 second. And... oh wait, no, this is the stream. This is my stream file. Yeah, one thing I love about Wing Canvas, like working at it, is that you get to draw so much. But now I gotta try and find it. Oh, there it is. So let me do that. There you go. Let's see this stream. And so yeah, this is the thing we drew for that day. And it had to be really quick. It was only like an hour 30. But yeah, this is how it turned out. Pretty nice. And this is the ramen, the famous ramen from the thumbnail. That's where they got it. I mean, Turtle Buns, you did read the title, right? We're rendering pretty foods, so yeah. And that's what I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys what to focus on, right? Because like I said, this only took like a short time, the usual class time, which is like an hour 30. And it's all about just focusing on the textures and rendering, which we will be doing. Yeah. But before that, you know, I want to showcase some of the submissions you guys have, some of the beautiful submissions in our Discord. Just my voice. Where is it? Showcase art. So yeah, I want to start off with cheese bags. So this is her artwork, and I really love it because she was saying that everything was filled with spooky stuff, spooky, scary, and yeah, spooky, scary stuff. And she wanted to draw something cute. So yeah, this is her OC, and I love it. Zombie sports, sportsy outfit on this character. And yeah, the hair is really cool, right? And I love how vector it is, because if you take a look at the hair, there's screen tone on it. And everything is so hard-edged, right? It's pretty different from my approach of painting. So this one's more vector, or cel-shaded is another thing people call this. Yeah. I've never taken classes because I'm busy and they're expensive. Aw. But don't worry, if you take our classes, actually, we have recorded. So you could get a recording, but I still give you the feedback. So that's another thing. So our classes have 2 options. You can attend live, or you can attend through recording. So yeah. And even though it's recorded, I still will acknowledge you, that you exist in the recording. It's gonna be like, this is a message from the past. This is what you must do. So yeah. There's an option for everybody. But yeah, going back to the submission, I also love the orange. You know, she has some bluish gray skin for the zombie skin tone. And then the orange is such a nice contrast to it. And so is her blonde hair. You know, it's very nice. Oh, this you? This cheese bags? Yeah, thank you so much for submitting. It's wonderful. And what else do I like about it? Yeah, just the pose and her expression. It gives a lot of her personality out. It's very nice. You think they use the head for sports? Probably not a basketball, because heads aren't very bouncy. Hmm. I'd imagine football would be the perfect one, because you just run around with it. You wouldn't really have to bounce the head around and stuff. I feel like that would be a perfect one. Any sport where you have to bounce the ball would not work, I think. Because you just have to run around with it, with American football. But yeah, thanks so much, cheese bags. Very cute. Very cute OC. Yeah. Next up is by Ziggy, and I just realized it's I'm covering up the what's it called? Covering up the watermark that I made. Yeah, I had to handwrite it because I was running late on the stream, so my bad. But I love this one. I love the scene because they were saying that this is their own house. The people trick-or-treating, they're trick-or-treating from their own house. His own place. And I love how it tells a story. Yeah, Ziggy and Iggy, exactly. And I lost your train of thought. What was I gonna say? Alright, the background. Yeah, I like the way the background is rendered. Yeah, this is epic. I agree, Daria. This is pretty epic. And I love the what's it called? How do I describe it? Cartoony aspect, because I feel like they'd be easy to animate. You know what I mean? Like their designs are made for animation. And both of them, all of them actually, not both of them. All of them exude their personality. Just like the one with cheese earlier. So yeah. Surprise. And what else? Also, the shading. The shading is pretty nice because they know how to balance it, right? So Ziggy, he knew to balance the shading and not overdo it, which really adds the appeal of like the cartoony style. It's very nice. I can't stop looking at it. Well, yeah, I'll give you a few more seconds to look at it then. But yes, thank you so much, Ziggy. It's very cute. Lots of cute submissions this time around. And yeah, last but not least, let's see. Oh yeah, I did put I had to make sure I put their watermark over there. And yeah, to make life easier for us, I'd like to request, please put your watermark and make it easy to see so that when we share it on stream, it's much easier to share. But yes, thank you, Heart. And this is his OC. So I put the two versions actually because two versions are put down. The other one where the eyes are not sure if they're real eyes. Realize. But yeah, the other version has like the painted version, kind of like the highlighted version. And I love it. They didn't really put too much in the description other than this is their spooky OC Sona for Halloween. And I love the pattern work. I'd say that the pattern work is super satisfying. Like the gradient on the tail, the kitsune tail. Let me count the tails actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it could be considered a kitsune, because aren't kitsunes nine-tailed? I'm not sure about the lore, so correct me if I'm wrong. But nonetheless, it's still a really nice OC. And it sort of reminds me of like Undertale fan art I used to see back in the day. Just because of the heart and like the monster design. I used to see a lot of this art style back in the day. But yeah, which one do you guys like? Rhinelix? I hope I pronounced that right. Or Rain likes. I feel like that makes more sense. Rain likes. Rain likes the one on the right. But yeah, very nice heart. Very cool. And I really appreciate it. We really appreciate all the submissions. But yeah, I'm gonna move back on to the stream. So let me get our notes out of the way. And so the first thing the first thing when it comes to rendering just about anything is to do a good base sketch. So I'm gonna start off with the top of the cake. Beep, beep. I'm gonna start off with like a really nice cylinder. Beep. Beep. And right there. And so the key to this is to try to keep this side and this side equal. And try to keep this top side and bottom side more or less equal. Because I'm not usually, at the very least now, I won't stress too much if they're not exactly the same. Just because it takes a lot of effort. But ooh, Daria likes the right one as well, right? Like the one with the heart. The just the painted aesthetic, it makes it feel more naturey. You know, it reminds you of cave paintings and chalk paintings and all that. Ooh, alright. Yeah, that sounds nice, Turtle Buns, so yeah, don't worry about it. The stream will still be up after. So yeah, have fun. Bye. But yeah, cake. I do love me my cake. But I think cheesecake is my favorite, if I had to say. Cheesecake and ice cream cake are top tier. And they're the most, like, I'd say they're the most unhealthiest ones. But, well, actually, I don't know. I don't know if they are actually the most unhealthy one, but it just feels like it because of how sweet they are. Probably has a lot of sugar. But I still love it, nonetheless. And so yeah, I changed my mind about the cake. I made it slightly thicker than the original one. And so I erased it. Boop, boop. Ooh, surprisingly, I don't like cake. Ew, so valid, honestly. Because the normal cake that people usually do, not really, is sponge cake. I kind of don't like it either. I only like ice cream cake and ice cream cake and cheesecake. Ooh, what do you do if you're not that great at rendering? Oh, what you do is you watch and learn the stream, baby. No, but for real, don't worry about it. You know, not everybody gets it right the first time. And the only real answer is to try something different. You know, everybody says, keep practicing, right? But when you're practicing, always make sure to try something different, especially if it's about something that you don't like, right? So yeah, you could take a look-see at my process here. Is what I want this stream to be. Yeah, rendering styles change all the time. Yeah. And I think, yeah, maybe my first tip for rendering, right, is to decide the art style or what the purpose of this cake is going to be. So is this going to be in the background of like an animation you're making? Is this going to be a painting where it solely focuses on the cake? In this case, it's going to be solely focusing on the cake, right? So I have the luxury of making it look pretty. And the reason why I picked that reason, or wow, what a sentence. The reason why I picked that reason is because it's easier to downscale than it is to upscale. So I'm gonna do that so that you guys could adjust it. You know, you guys could do a simpler version or a harder version. Yeah, backgrounds are mostly the hardest. I'll be real, same. Because yeah, they do take a lot of time, and it's just that I practice drawing characters more often, I'd say. Also, look at this, the magic of digital. I'm gonna change the scale again a little bit. Because I noticed that the top part is a little bit tall, and I'm kind of just eyeballing it right now. Yeah, for sure. Sin, you gave me PTSD, Daria, on math. I was like sin cos tan. Oh, I forgot what those are used for, by the way. It's been so many years. since I've been in high school. What was it? Cosine and sin. Yeah, I don't remember. Or sin isn't social insurance number. Yeah. Let's see. Master Zapple says, backgrounds aren't that hard, it's just that most people draw backgrounds way less, resulting in less practice. Word. So true. So true, Master Zapple. Truly are no master. Sign. Also, I do remember when I was learning Sokotoa. So, Sokotoa is kind of like this code that, you know, it's like a really commonly taught phrase to help out with remembering this math equation. Oh, so many SpongeBob references today, but this is what I think of. I think of Squidward when they were superheroes, and then he was like, Krakatawa. That's what I always think of whenever I hear that phrase. And he was like, yeah, Squidward, Sokatoa. That's what I remember. Oh, they're for trigonometry. Well, you know what? I do use trigonometry every day, actually. So, whenever I would be traveling, I'd be like, I could take the edge of this field and run around it. Or I could just run through the field. Run through the hypotenuse. Yeah, the hypotenuse is the fastest way. Always the fastest way. But anyway, enough dumb math. Yeah, this is live. I could see you. Yeah, so for practicing landscape, yeah, concept art is really pretty. And another key thing about concept art is knowing what details to add. You know, you don't have to add every single blade of grass, right? It's the weekend, no math. So true, so true. Well, you know what? When you're an adult, every day is a weekend. No more math. Unless you need to do math. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. There. Yes, I'm not late. Rah! Yeah, welcome. Welcome, Random Drawing 42. Yeah, it is kind of useful. It's only like one of the most useful inventions like ever. Excuse me. And yeah, so right now, I am drawing the strawberries in between. And I'm keeping it really, really light. Yeah. Hi, Random. Random Drawings. Welcome to the stream. Alright. Yeah, don't worry about it. See you around. Yeah. Oh yeah, you know, yesterday was a pretty good day because I met up with my friends in a while. I can't talk. I have met up with my friends in real life, which I haven't done in a little bit. It's been like a few weeks. And we just watched the Kung Fu Panda trilogy, and it was really good. Oh my gosh. Because, honestly, I haven't been watching too much DreamWorks movies, but I'd say Kung Fu Panda is my favorite that they have. Favorite trilogy. Like, I've only watched the first How to Train Your Dragon, which I know is like a crime, and I should watch them at some point. I only watched the first How to Train Your Dragon. But yeah, the Kung Fu Panda trilogy is so good. Amazing. Who's my favorite character? Because the easiest answer is Poe, right? Because obviously he's the main character. But, honestly, if I had to have a different favorite character that isn't Poe, it has to be just a villain. Because the villains of Kung Fu Panda are so good. Like, Tai Lung is so good. Well, Kai was okay. And, what's his name? Shen. Yeah, I think Shen would be like a second favorite character because he's a really good villain. I loved what they did with his character. And let me just paste this. Also, he's a cool like blade peacock. Like, he's not the strongest. What I love about him is that he's not the strongest villain, but uh, sorry. That came out of nowhere. Oh my gosh. But he had the cannon, and that's what made up for his lack of power. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I am rendering a strawberry shortcake. I am. Thank you. Ooh, salud. What does that mean again? That means cheers, right? I'm trying to remember what it meant. I guess also Master Oogway is also another great character. Oh, health in Spanish. Okay, good health. Gotcha. I'm trying to think if there is a bless you in Tagalog. Yeah, because Tagalog is pretty similar to Spanish, just because of the history. So there's a little bit of Spanish in it. But I don't know. I don't know if we say something when we sneeze. Yeah, and here comes the fun part. I will draw the cream. Bloop, bloop. And yeah, the cream is kind of just a pile there. But I think this is one of my favorite parts once you cross that bridge. And a pile of strawberries on top. Doot doot. What time is it? Yeah. What is my least favorite thing to draw? Good question. Yeah, ASMR making videos. But that's hard. What is my least favorite thing to draw? Something where I'm, oh, I don't want to draw this. I guess in recent memory. This is not like Sino di naligo. Who didn't take a bath? Yeah, so true. So when people sneeze, that is so true. People are like, who didn't take a bath? Who didn't take a bath? Who made him sneeze? But where was I? Right. Thing that's hardest to draw, or that's tedious to draw for me. Only in recent memory because I've been studying it, but I hate drawing the pelvis because the pelvis bone is so weird. It's like this weird shaped bowl like this. And it's so hard to get the shapes right because of how weird this bowl is. And then like that. The sacrum, spine, and then the acetabulum, which is like the socket, and then like the little ischium. Wait, I'm trying to remember. So this is the back. So it's like that. So yeah, the pelvis, when you guys have to research that bone, it's weird. It's so annoying to draw in like the proper perspective because of how weird the shape is. Yeah, it does. It's like a weird... Okay, from the front, it's not too bad. It's kind of like just drawing underwear as a bone. But then from like this angle, kind of like the top-down view, it's really awkward to draw. Yeah, it's very difficult. So I'd say that is my least favorite thing to draw in recent memory. But thankfully, I don't have to draw the pelvic bone like that often. That X-ray view. Here. And there. Does look like a spaceship. But then Korean baking videos. Yeah, like there's so many like good cooking videos. And yeah, just everywhere. I actually learned a couple recipes from the short form videos, like the 30-second ones. Yeah. It's pretty good. Least favorite to draw is the rib cage. Yeah, it is. It's mendo. It's a pain. Just because of like drawing all those ribs. So usually I just like to simplify it like this. So it raises up like that. I just like to draw the basic version, but if you ask me to draw every single thing. Like, okay, there's the sternum, and then like the ribs, I will not remember that for the life of me because I don't need to remember every single bone. Unless I need to, you know, unless I'm drawing like some sort of skelly character, then maybe I do. There we go. Anyway, this is all about strawberry shortcakes, not bones. So let me go back. Yeah, you can see that I'm really taking my time with the rendering, right? Or not the rendering, the how do I describe the sketching, the base building. There. Yeah, because I'd say this is the foundation, right? Literally. It's the foundation of the drawing. So it's important to get this right. And then afterwards, it's mostly coloring. Because the second most important part is the coloring. That's what really sells it. Word. Bury the light. Yeah, I love those memes. Yeah, so for those of you guys who don't know, why don't you know? It's a really good song named Bury the Light. And you know those memes, like the sound alikes? So people found a buried delight. Buried delight recipe. And people just keep posting it. Very good song. I am the storm that is approaching. Yeah, also DMC5 was so good because you know, I played through it normally the first time and I was like, okay, Dante's pretty cool and Nero's pretty cool. But I played Virgil so much. Virgil is so cool and he's so fun to play. And yeah, classic guy. Yeah, the Virgil chair, I know. If you want it, then you'll have to take it. Yeah, also, Devil May Cry 5, just such a good game. It's so fun. But yeah, I did try the Bloody Palace in Devil May Cry, which is like this wave mode. And I was super close. Like I was at the what was his name? Urizen. The one standing up, Urizen. The one in like the house. I got super far and then I lost. And then after that I just like gave up. Because I was like, oh, ain't no way I'm gonna try again. Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad it's shaping up. Cake do be shaping up. I did because like it takes so long to get there and I got there like so many times and just losing every single time in the same spot. I'm like, no, please. Yeah, I wanted freedom. But it's okay. I still love the game like so much. Yeah, who's to say this isn't the very delight? Bury the light deep within. Cast aside, there's no coming home. But yeah, you guys should listen to that song. It's like so good. It's a classic, certified classic. So yeah, let me just put down the base. And so I like to make the base of the colors so that I can just lock transparency and it becomes much easier to color than the lines. But let me do this actually. What? Oh, there's like a little spots right here that it's escaping through. There, and then zoom out. 10. There you go. And actually, maybe I'll make the plate smaller so that it makes the cake look bigger. So let me do that once more. There. Oh wait, no, not that. Transform and shrink. Or maybe I'll copy paste it actually so that they're down here. And then, oh my gosh, I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Then, boom. There you go. Our cake immediately looks humongous because we just made the plate smaller. Virgil versus Sephiroth. Honestly, I think Virgil would win. I don't know because I don't know enough about Sephiroth. I've only ever played 7 Remake. I've never played the original. So I can't say. I don't know the full scope of Sephiroth's power. So I'm biased. Biased as heck. Because I'm trying to think of how many times Virgil lost, and he lost to, I guess, Dante. He lost to Dante a couple times to Nero. And that's pronounced Nero, but Nero sounds so cool, so much cooler. Word. I guess, yeah, I do know in Smash, yeah, his powers. Yeah, he just cut the final boss in half. Like nothing. Yeah, by the way, it was really funny. I know I talked about it with Jesse or Jesse talked about it, I mean, in the collab stream. But when we were figuring out which OCs to pick, she she gave me a whole speech, a spiel about Subspace Emissary and how much she loved it. And it was pretty funny. Because Subspace Emissary is pretty epic, actually. After hearing about it, from her perspective, ain't no way. They should have put Subspace in an Ultimate. Yeah. Well, welcome. Now you're in a stream about rendering food. And we're actually about to get to the good part, which is putting down the base colors. Yeah. Yeah, my technique for putting down base colors is to start off really light because it's easier to add contrast. Always remember that. It's easier to add contrast than to remove it because it is really a pain trying to remove contrast. So what I mean by that, right? So this one I'm adding a shadow, right? So I'm increasing the contrast. But then making something lighter is more of a pain, in my opinion. So, be wary of that. Yeah, man, the MC5 Virgil is a monster. Like, honestly, if Nero didn't come in, I think it would have been a stalemate. Like, Dante and Virgil were pretty equal. I don't know if Dante was losing, and I don't know if Virgil was losing either. They're pretty equal. Ooh, how to make strawberry shiny. Yeah, we'll get there. That's also included in contrast. Yes, we will make pretty shiny strawberries. What time is it? Okay. There. And let's see. The red. Yeah. When I use my more printer style, I use the middle color or the base color first with the most basic detail. Exactly. Yeah. Mighty Mina, speaking facts. Mad facts right now. There. And doop, doop. Yeah, get ready to eat this holographic strawberry shortcake. Here. And there. And that's super cool. Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. Haven't even started on rendering. And for rendering the cream, what I suggest is to never use just a desaturated white. Always add a little bit of saturation to it. And so I picked a more orangey white just because the colors are so warm. You know, you have like the nice reds and the nice brown cake. So it just felt fitting to make it cohesive to put this nice and warm. Nice warm, orangey, white. Like really, really slight. Oh yeah, the classic donut, the donut tutorial. Yeah. Yeah, I did that too. So I think not many people know this, but when I graduated college, I actually majored in 3D. So that's what I studied the most. But man, 3D is hard. 3D is pretty hard. So I still feel more confident in my drawing than I do 3D, even though I took it in college as my major. I think it also has something to do with the fact that I've drawn longer, I guess. So even though I did study 3D, I had like zero idea about how to do 3D stuff. So I'd say I'm still pretty good, considering that I was like a freshie in the beginning of college, but well man, I still wouldn't feel qualified to share or at least teach about 3D. But drawing on the other hand though, here we are now. Ooh, any tips for learning Blender? Um, yeah, it's pretty overwhelming, honestly, especially for like a newbie because there's so many like little quirks that 3D has. Like for example, having to switch with edit mode and object mode in Blender. It's a little bit confusing because some features are only in edit mode and what's it called? Object mode. So I guess mind the nuances, the little quirks that 3D has. Because it's definitely like a very new world to describe it. So how that doesn't sound very helpful, but I'm trying to think of a better way to word it. I guess learn as you go is like the easiest tip, which is like learn what you need to know, and then how do I word it? Basically, look up every step, and it's a little bit slow in the beginning, right? Because you're looking up every single step instead of just learning like one cohesive thing. But eventually, it's exponential. You know, you will get the hang of it, and then you'll have like a better 3D vocabulary. You know, it's kind of like training wheels. You know, you only bike in like a certain neighborhood, and then once you get used to it, you could bike with training wheels somewhere else. Then eventually you could take off the training wheels altogether and bike anywhere you want. That's the sort of thing I could describe. 3D is closer to sculpting than painting. Yes and no actually. So 3D, it's it's really different. 3D is 3D. Like 3D sculpting, yeah, it's definitely close to sculpting. But 3D has its own like needs and workflows and stuff you need to do. Little quirks. Yeah. And I think I'll make this more saturated actually. Doot, doot, doot. And yeah, I'll just make actually I'll just use the slider in this case. So I'm just gonna make everything. There we go. Nice and saturated. Yeah, but at the same time, don't let it discourage you because 2023 is the best time to learn because everything's on YouTube nowadays. Like when I was in college, I learned so much on YouTube. I just looked up the stuff on YouTube and did it and boom. So part of learning is knowing your vocabulary and knowing what you need to learn. Because I feel like that's the biggest struggle, is learning what you need to learn. Right? Because if you don't know what to do, you can barely start. So that's why it's really important. Know what you need to learn. Yeah, figure or keychain, yeah. Actually, you'd be surprised. There's so many 3D printing services nowadays. Like even our local, well, I wouldn't say it's like a local small library, but like our main library in the city has a 3D printing service. So just get the 3D model and they'll 3D print it for you. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so if you're 3D printing, the model has to be called, or no, it has to be watertight. So watertight just means that there are no, what's it called? There are no geometry that are just clipping through like that. Because what some people do for 3D, right? If you're using it for a video game, is that the clothes are actually just floating on top, right? They're just floating on top of the character. But if you're 3D printing, you can't do that. It has to be like attached onto the character, like for real. It doesn't have to be just like clipping through and all that. So it's kind of a pain, but yeah. And right there. But I did love a ZBrush because ZBrush is the sculpting tool and there's a lot of artistry to it. But I'd say that the hard thing about 3D is that a lot of the technical stuff really gets in the way of the artistry. Because the technical stuff, you know, there's a lot you need to know. And it really halts your progress every now and again if you don't know how to do something. Okay. Yeah, now I'm starting to add like the shadows and stuff now. Ooh. Made a 3D model of your spider golem OC. Yeah, exactly. Much simpler, for sure. Yeah, and also I think the most important thing is to just do something, you know, because I think also some people, they quote unquote over research, where they kind of spend so much time researching that they don't try it, in a sense. So sometimes it's better to make mistakes and just try it yourself. But yeah, if it's something you guys want to look into, 3D's pretty epic. Excuse me. Yeah, so right now I'm putting like this little shadow on here because I like to imagine that it's kind of blanketing the strawberry like that. And then on here, this is my favorite part, is to layer the cream like that. So it's pretty similar to the desert stream if you guys have watched it. So if you guys have watched the desert stream, wow, how ironic. Designing a desert is the same as designing dessert. So more or less the same. Kind of like the sand dunes that I made for that one, where I try to picture parts that are covered in shadow, and then I just add them in. Just like that. Yeah, desert. Yeah. People overcomplicate things to a point where they don't even try. Exactly. Because sometimes it is just harder in your head. Yeah. Dude. Yeah, there you go, Daria. Thank you, Daria. He shared the stream in chat. And let me just do this, put up the strawberries. And right there. Nothing tops the mech stream. Oh yeah, so about that, the mech stream. For I don't know when it is actually. I'm trying to remember. I think 2 weeks from now, if I remember right. Yeah, I think 2 weeks from now, I'll be doing a cool stream where I'll be revisiting old stream art and I'll be rendering them. So look forward to that. Kind of want to redraw the mech because I feel like I can make it better. Here. Yeah, November 12th. Have I ever used Fire Alpaca? No, actually, I haven't used it before. I am a Clip Studio guy in a Clip Studio world. By the way, so far I've only been using one layer, but feel free to just use multiple layers, you know? There's no right or wrong answer for this one. I'm just using it because it's my preference. Yeah, so for the strawberries, I'm gonna add like a nice dark purple for this one. Nice and saturated. Just like that. Well, I heard a ton of people can think in 3D. It helps me understand light shadows. Y'all think in 3D? Or how do y'all understand light? Yeah, so I definitely think of stuff in, oh my gosh, voice crack. Meh, meh, meh. But I definitely think in 3D shapes. But I can't rotate it in my head like other people can. So, trying to think. But yeah, it definitely does help if you think of objects as a 3D object that fills in space and is not just a flat thing on your paper. I don't think. That's also a very good answer. I don't think. I do. Dit, dit. But yeah, like, I remember there's this meme going around. You know, that photo? Like, which one are you? And apparently some people have different levels of imagination. So it's like this picture of a head. And it says, try to imagine an apple. And you know, some people, they could imagine the apple as like an outline. Like that. They can barely imagine the apple. Some people can imagine the apple straight up, but in black and white. Some people can't even imagine or like put the apple in their head like at all. And some people could even rotate it. And funnily enough, I think in that chart, I'm the person who can't like picture the apple in their brain like at all. I can't picture the apple. I just know what it looks like. It doesn't appear in my head. I'm one of those people. In 50 different ways. That's cool. Yeah, your mind's eye. Wait, y'all can actually imagine? Imagine being able to imagine. And let's see. I thought it was some running gag. Yeah, I can't picture the apple either, right? But then for some people, they could imagine like spinning around in their head and like doing stuff. Yeah, it's not me. I'm not that guy. You can see an apple rotate it. Yeah, imagining one. Yeah, the mind's eye. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about this actually on the stream. Everybody's favorite topic, brushes. So about brushes and how I use them. I only really use two brushes. One has no opacity. Or no, this one is an opacity brush, I should say. This is an opacity brush. And this one is a blending brush. So this one, it like spreads the color. As you can see, if I drag my pen, it drags the color as well. And depending on how hard I press, you know, it like blends it. So far, I've been using this, the opacity brush. This one. So I like this one because I don't really need it to blur and to blend the colors. So this is my main brush of choice. And so the reason why is, like I said, it doesn't blend. So it's very pure in color. And what I like to do is say like this, I blend two colors. I color pick the in-between, like the color that they make, so that I can do that. And the reason why I color pick it, right, is if you take a look at them, right, if I color pick this and this, they're the exact same color, right? But the reason why it's super important to color pick is because the other one is translucent, actually. So it's transparent, but then this one is not transparent, and I get to keep the color. So it's very important concept to have when you're painting. And then the other brush, the blending brush, this stuff, I use it to sort of have a softer feel, and I use this more rarely, more as like a finishing touch than a main brush, I'd say. Ooh, what are some tips for blending? I suck at blending. It looks mashed up when I try. Let me, yeah, maybe watching my methods will help. Yeah, Sephiroth. Sephiroth's mad ads, oh no. But thank you guys for being patient with the ads. You know, it really does help us a lot. So yeah, thanks for tuning in and watching our ads and stuff. Yeah, try not to overblend. And the number one thing that I see with students, at the very least, is your brush size. Brush size is very important. And zooming out, because this is a common thing that I see with my students, is they do this, they do like little strokes, and they kind of, number one, they hurt their hand by doing this, and number two, it makes it look brushy. You know, makes it look all bristly, I should say. So if that's what you're going for, then yeah, that's the right way to go about it. But usually I make it bigger because we're working with broad strokes, right? So like I said, broad strokes first, and then we move on to the smaller details for later. So let's see. There. And right there. Actually, I should put down the shiny parts of the strawberry now to make it look more shiny. There. Add like the white part there. So yeah, you can see that these strawberries are pretty high in contrast. So what I mean by high in contrast is that the light is really bright and that the shadows are really dark. And you can see that I'm using the airbrush for this one, but I will harden the edges later. So I like to keep the shape soft if I am putting down a base, pretty much. Yep. Yeah. So what chat say? New brush. I know. Doesn't everybody? Yeah, for me, I only use brushes specifically when they have like a nice niche to fill. But so far, these two brushes that I made, like I modified, are my go-to. So dense watercolor number 2, dense watercolor number 3. I just edited a default brush of Clip Studio and made it my own. Deet deet. That's like and let me do a stretch. Here we go. Ooh, Blackburn. The Blackburn brush. That sounds really cool. For me, it has to be these type of texture brushes. Oh, yeah, this is one of my favorite brushes. And it's made by Red Juice Sensei. He's like a really good artist. And let me erase that. This basically just says oil pastel, but in katakana. And then I tried to make my own edit of it, but yeah, if you want to download it, it's on the Clip Studio Assets Market for free. For free. Here and there. Ooh, I've been using markers on Abyss Paint. Yeah. And markers are kind of nice because it's really reminiscent of real markers, and you would use them the same way you would use Copics in real life. So that'll be fun. Yeah, right now I am... Maybe I should make this more saturated. I'm doing the outer sides of this. Yeah, so the strawberries seem pretty glisteny, so I will also add another highlight. There. Let's double check that. Then I'm gonna add like a little shine. Maybe brighter. That. Just like a little bit on these ones since they're being covered up mostly. Yeah, hi. Welcome, welcome. One time, a very relaxing voice to someone. Wow, thank you. It's so funny. And then let me blend this a little bit. Add a little bit of a gradient onto the strawberry so that it's not just a plain strawberry. And oh my gosh, foreshadowing, that's what I'll be doing next week. You're drawing airplanes. Doop, doop. And yeah, I know before, actually Daria knows about this, but before I was like, nah, I am never drawing a car. And I think I gotta change my mind. I think I'm so down to draw a car. Maybe one of the stream topics could be that someday. Because honestly, it's not as bad now that I have, like, practice. And I feel like it's fun to do your own interpretation. Yeah. Yeah, welcome in. And then there. And there. And yeah, I do have a bunch of references to look out for. So I'm taking a look at how reflective the strawberries are off stream. Yeah, Bugatti stream. So funny. Oh yeah, we're gonna draw all the cars, baby. Yeah, ka-chow. Doop, doop, doop. And let me double check something. Yeah, because I'm back reading in chat, in case I missed anything. Ooh, I love using texture brushes for line art sometimes to make it look like it has more weight. Yeah, exactly. And textured line art is just so nice. Gives it a nice vibe. Alright, I should be using... Ooh, and that's another difference between my two brushes, right? So the opacity brush, I don't need that much effort to press on it. But then for the blending brush, I have to press it really, really hard if I really want the color that I want. So that's why I switch between the two. Ooh, that cake be looking so yummy. What I do to make it look fluffy? Ooh, the tip is don't use hard edges. So don't use this. So like if you add a shadow, so this makes it look razor sharp. Or that the lighting is really intense, right? But then right now it's pretty soft on the softer end. Right there. And strawberry. Yeah, also, honestly, I would love to use this textured brush right here, just texture it a little bit. But I kind of want to do it without it, so just do it with a good old basic brush. Because, I'm not saying that you need to do everything on a basic brush, but I kind of want to make this as quote-unquote purist, you know? Like, not requiring cool brushes as much as possible. And I'm gonna color my line art, actually. Let's see. Because that dark brown is not fitting. And I think it's time that I merge my layers, so I will do that. And make it a through layer, and I merge. There we go. Now we have a nice one cake. Ooh, speaking of cake, what's my favorite kind? Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. I love ice cream cake, and I love cheesecake. This would have been such a good opportunity to do a Halloween theme. You're right. You're so right. But that's okay. We already did like 2 Halloween specials, so I figured I wanted a more casual one. But you're so right though. I think I could have thought a little bit harder on maybe this Halloween theme. But maybe we still can. We'll see. We'll see once we finish it up. There. Oh, layer cake. Chalky cake. Yeah. And what time is it? Okay. And let's see. So maybe I'll make this more saturated actually. The shadow. And I'll make it more sludgy. So like, what that means is less sharp edges. Bloop, bloop. Ooh, Halloween colors, black and white frosting. Yeah, we'll see. Because I kind of want to just hyper focus on the strawberry cake now. Make it the best possible cake it could be. I feel like that would be the best for now and like the most learning experience, I'd say. Oh, and also, you don't have to do this on just one layer, right? You could use multiple layers if you'd like. But the most important part is that you get the effects that you want. And also right now, I am not using any new colors. That is a very important part. I am just color picking right now. Color picking is existing colors. And the reason why is because I don't want to interfere with the balance right now. The balance of the colors. Until later, probably. Because if you zoom out, right, it has like a nice vibe to it already. So yeah, don't want to mess with it too much. At least for now. We'll add like a little bit in there. Ooh, pumpkin pie. Ooh. Yeah, I showed it earlier, but the art on the thumbnail, it did have pumpkin pie actually, so let me bring it up again. Yeah, because again, the theme of this assignment was the season food. So this is summer and this is fall right here. So I did quick pumpkin pie. And then ramen for winter. And then blueberry cake for spring. And I forgot what this was. It was like some sort of drink. Cold drink. Don't remember though. Yeah. I feel like this is the perfect time to use the blending brush actually. Just to make it so nice and soft. You can change it to null color by pressing C if you wanted to. It's so cold. Oh yeah, like I look outside my window, everything is covered in snow. But yeah, pretty funny story actually. Well, it probably wasn't funny for my mom at the time, but we actually scheduled 2 weeks ahead to change the tires to winter tires. And like, you know, it's pretty good, right? It's good to be prepared. But man, on the day of the appointment, people started panicking and like changing their tires. And my mom had to wait hours just to get her tire fixed. Even though she scheduled 2 weeks ahead, it was pretty whack. And so the company apologized, and yeah, they changed the tires for free, thankfully, but still messed up though. We made an appointment like so many days ahead, and these people just panicked. Apparently it was like they changed like 70 cars or something that day. But yeah, it's pretty whack. What is this stuff we call snow? Oh gosh. Oven hot winds. I know. I've been to Cali a couple times. And yeah. It is it's really something else there. It's so different. But I have been to Yosemite, and Yosemite is really nice, actually. So, I love the nature there. Pretty nice place. And that was back in like this old American road trip we had. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. I think it's crazy to me how much Americans, or just North Americans in general, I shouldn't say just Americans, just drive. Because like our longest road trip was, it was like 42 hours, and it was going to California actually. I had to drive a really, really long way. And that was really exhausting. Just sitting in the car. California girls, forgettable. Daisy Dukes bikinis on top. Shut up. Yeah, I love that meme. I love the dance too. How long a drive? 42 hours. And this isn't just like in total. We mean like the actual driving. So we had to take a break, like my aunts and uncle who were driving, they would stop at rest stops and go to sleep for like an hour, and then they would keep driving. So yeah, it's pretty insane. Or sometimes we just park at a Walmart and then they would like take a nap there. So yeah. Oh loud. But yeah, I remember what really kept me alive throughout that trip was my 3DS. My 3DS and Fire Emblem. I was playing, what was it? Shadows of Valentia all throughout that trip. And it was really good. It kept me sane all throughout. Yeah, also that was an amazing game. I really loved that game. Ended up becoming one of my favorite Fire Emblems. Yeah, 3DS is my light in the dark. So true. Yeah. Also, the voice acting was amazing. I think the voice acting really elevated that game. Yeah, I love I love Celica, and I even love the unit characters. I'm trying to remember who my favorite unit was. It had to be... Yeah, I remember really liking May. May is Bay. And who else? What else did I like? I liked Saber. Yeah, mostly people from Celica's route. I also like Berkut, the villain. Yeah, May and Bowie. Word. Ooh, I'm only traveling when they invent the teleport. I simply don't have the mindset. I know, right? But it was worth it though. Like Cali was super unique, for sure. And I got to visit family that was there. Here, yeah, I got to see, San Francisco. I got to see LA and all that. Got to see Yosemite, Yosemite. But yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, also we had Korean barbecue in LA. It was pretty nice. Remember that. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna add... What time is it? Okay, I'm gonna add the sesame seeds. Yeah, I think this is one of my favorite parts actually of rendering, is when I hone in on the details. So like, I'll show you one of my favorite tricks after I painstakingly add all these sesame seeds. Maybe I'll only add it in the parts that are obvious, but not too much in parts where people don't see it. So let me do that. No. So yeah, to make it look organic, I zoom all the way in. This is one of the rare occasions where I zoom in. And then I kind of curve. Maybe I'll use this one. There, I kind of make a curve all around them. Just to make it feel like the light is catching the edges. So maybe I'll zoom out for this one. That's more obvious. There. So yeah, be wary of zooming in. Oh, 3DS. Yeah. Good voice acting just adds an extra bit of immersion. Exactly. Especially when the voice actors are like so good. Yeah, sesame seeds. Which makes me wonder, man, like, Pokemon, this bajillion-dollar company, when are they gonna get voice acting? Because it would be so good. Because it's not like the anime has bad voice acting either. Like, I like the voice acting in the anime. And yeah, I know the company that works on the anime is different from the one that works on the game, but still, it's like a shared thing. Why don't they share? It's because of the time. I'm having to bet it's because of the time constraints that Pokemon always has. Because, like, they have to release a new game, like, every year. And I kind of wish they don't. I wish they would take their time, because I love Pokemon. And it would be so much better if they just took their time, yeah. There. And... But yeah, sesame seeds. I think it's just, yeah, it's pretty similar to sesame seeds, I guess, but yeah. The strawberry seeds. Oh, I haven't even added the greens. Oh my gosh, I forgot to add the stems. But it's okay, I could just slap that on top later. I feel like the strawberries should have harder shine. Because usually when they wash them, they tend to be kind of shiny. Yeah, that's it's very valid. So maybe I will make it sharper on here. So that's a very good point. Have I done October? Yes, I have. I tried it this year, but then work got really busy and I did not finish it this year. But the other years I have. I think I've done it 3, 4 times? I don't remember, but something of that amount. So yeah. There. And also, the reason why I'm softening it up is to make sure that they look round, right? It's important to get the roundness of a strawberry just right. And now I'm using my opacity brush. I'm not blending with my other brush. I'm doing it with my color picker. So I color pick, I stroke, and then I color pick again, and then stroke, color pick. Yeah, shiny. Shiny strawberries. I think it could be shinier actually, but yeah. So just like keep on layering it. But again, save these for last, okay? Don't just add shiny parts willy-nilly, because it's hard to go back. Same thing with complete darkness, it's hard to go back. So be aware of that. There. And there. Also be sure to zoom out, because remember that we're not looking at our artwork like this, we're looking at our artwork like this. Like the whole picture. So shiny. I know, right? There. Yeah, that's true, you could. But then that also takes like extra brain power, you know, you have to plan ahead. So yeah, to each their own. Like 100% it is doable. Not saying it's impossible, but I find that it's much easier at the very least. Just sharing my own experience. There we go. Yeah, some people do it. Yeah, and some people, I am that some people. I do it on one layer. Because it just makes it easier to handle all that stuff. And then this. Sunshine. And yeah, to really make it look like it's interacting with it, I make the crevice, and then I make the light interact with it. There. So I'll add like little dots. You can see that it adds a lot to that. There. And maybe I'll add the leafy greens in a little bit here. 50. Uh-oh, makes you so sleepy. Ruh-roh. Maybe it's because my pre-evolution was Igglybuff. Now I'm a Jigglypuff. So sleepy. So I'm gonna add the leaf greens, but I don't think I'm gonna add too many. So yeah, also I really wanted to do this shortcake because there's a lot of variety in the textures. So now I'm using 2 layers. Like that. So that I could erase it. Just like that. Excuse me. Yeah, art can be relaxing. That's why I love it. And yeah, maybe I'll only add some. So maybe just on here, because rendering a leaf is also pretty pretty different from how you would usually render hard objects, because if you think of a leaf, right, it's very translucent. And you have to do something called SSS. Shiny smiley story. No, it means subsurface scattering. So I learned this term from 3D, but to put it simply, this is a big scary word. You know that thing when you put your hand on like on a flashlight and it glows like red? That's basically it. That's subsurface scattering. It's when the light passes through something. So imagine, right? The light is white when it goes in, and since there's blood in our body, right? It's passing through and our blood is acting like a filter. And so now the light comes out as like this different color. That's kind of what subsurface scattering is, to put it simply. And so it's sort of the same thing, right? So the leaf, it's not solid, but it's slightly transparent, so the light would pass through a little bit. That's why it'll be like slightly visible from behind. It'll get affected the way the light is. Ooh. Why can't I see my bones? Because the meat is too thick and the light is not passing through that. You don't have any? Yeah, no bones. But yeah, you want to join the Discord? Yeah, so we have challenges on there. So like if you want to be featured, just like earlier, you know, we feature artwork from those challenges. But yeah, you can do that. Also, you get to join and see like, you know, other people who are in our channel. So after the stream, if you want to talk to them, that's like a place to talk to them. You know, you could look for them there. And also, if you join our Patreon, you get like special stuff, so you can get feedback pretty much from any of our instructors. Because as much as I would love to go in there, there's just so many artworks. I don't think I could handle all of them. And I don't think it would be fair if I can't give everybody feedback when I could only give some, you know, kind of a balance. But then, yeah, also another thing about that is if you take one of our classes, usually that's where, you know, some people meet new people in the class. So they meet new classmates when they're taking classes with me. So if they want to chat with them or with me, you know, the Discord is the place to be. Wait, did I just rhyme? Yeah, I just rhymed. Bars. But yeah, if you wanna chat with classmates or with me, Discord is the place to be. Yeah, bars. As a lactose intolerant person, milk be gross. Yeah. Yeah, but did you guys know that being lactose intolerant is the original way humans are supposed to be? Like being able to digest milk is a mutation. That's not a thing that happens. Or that's supposed to be. So it's like that's an X-Men power. It's a quirk. I am genetically built different. Yeah, I am also genetically built different. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, I'll leave it be for now. I think I have been neglecting the bread. So I'll keep it, make another layer, and I'll make a multiply layer. And I want to add the toasted parts because, you know, when you're baking, some parts tend to get darker and more toasty. So now I'm gonna add that toasty area there. So like at the bottom, and I'm gonna add all those like little pores that I see. So some of them form like air pockets and stuff. And let's maybe I'll put an in between, just like that. And then I merge it together. Oh, maybe I'll clip it actually. There we go, perfect. So let's see. Yep, people wanted. let me back read actually. I haven't looked in chat in a while. Oh. Yeah, toasty parts. That's another thing, right? Try to imagine as if this is a real object. So obviously if it were a real object, it would be cooked differently and like it would be uneven in some parts. So yeah, I'd imagine that the way you bake this, if I had to guess, is that you bake these parts first and then you kind of layer them together. So maybe the dark parts, right, are the parts that were touching the pan, is what I imagine. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's the part that was facing the oven, and that's why it's so dark. Like the oven heaters? I don't know what they're called. The little radiator things. But, yeah. It tells a little bit of a story. And also, this one, I'm making sure to keep it, like, slightly rough, right? Because it's not exactly buttery smooth as the texture. So I am trying to add a little bit of gruff. I'll color pick it. There. Iggy. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just take your time because I'm pretty used to this method. You know, I've done this like 100 bajillion times. So I'm kind of just used to it. And I could just like turn my brain off and chat. Yeah, I can just turn my brain off and just drool. Yeah, this is me drawing it. I'm like, not only am I drooling because like, wow, this is a cake. Delicious cake. But also because my brain is turned off. There is no lights. There's no brain processes happening behind those eyes. Absolutely nothing. But I do need to stretch. Whew. Oh my gosh. Oh, those aren't eye bags. Those are supposed to be glasses. Yeah, I just like to draw my glasses like that. But that's not to say that I don't have eye bags though. Sleep. Sleep is why is it so important? Airplane mode, yeah. Yeah, you know, if my phone has airplane mode, why can't it fly? It's a lie. Also, maybe... Yeah, let me change it, actually. Let me rest my hand a little bit. It's going a little bit too hard. It can depend on how hard you throw it. Yeah. But then, I don't know, you can't control when it lands, you know? You can't... There's no remote control over how it flies. You just let gravity take the wheel. Yeah, so this is the top of the cake, actually. This part that I'm shading right now. So maybe I'm gonna expand on this cream. Right there. Yeah, and so far, I haven't added a single new color. Except maybe the leaf, but I don't count that. But so far, everything is pretty cohesive because I did not introduce any new colors just yet. So I've just been using the colors that were set down from earlier. And let's see. Hello! Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm starting to recognize the regulars. I know, Sui, Squiggle Doo, but welcome. Nice to see you guys around. And right, I wanted to add some like highlight. Just a little bit. I'm zooming out. Yeah, so I'm gonna add like little air pockets that I see. Yeah, this is one of my favorite things to do actually. So let me color pick a dark color. Like right here. And nice toasty color at the bottom. And so again, I'm saving the most intense colors for last as a finishing touch. So now I'm adding like the darker colors. There. There. So this is one of my favorite things to do is I grab the shape and then I sort of form it like that. Then I have to make it slightly irregular because this is just cake, right? It's not like a rigid object. And so to do that, I blend it a little bit and make sure that it's not hard edge. Just like that. Okay, maybe that's a little bit too dark. So maybe I'll lighten it up so that it doesn't look too deep. There. And just like that. Yeah, and welcome to the stream. Yeah, welcome newcomers. Word. Yeah, and honestly, just feel free to chat about anything. You know, ask me anything. Gives the chat more life anyway. Doot. Yeah, we've just been chatting. Yeah, because this one is more focused on the process itself. This is one of those things where it's better to just see it than to read about it. There. And let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to this cream part. There. Yeah, man, shiny rock. Dude. Imagine a life with no chats. I think that's just real life. Sometimes it just do be like that. It just have to sit in silence and draw. Yeah, silence. Silencio. And yeah, so maybe, okay, I won't use the blending one because it's too soft and I don't want this bread to look too soft. Because it, or not soft, I should say smooth. Because it ain't exactly smooth. Not exactly like the whipped cream that is like super smooth on the surface. Oh, let's see. There. Quartz. Ooh, you guys are talking about minerals, I see. They're called minerals. But anyway. So I think my birthstone is pearl. And I feel like pearls are they're pretty cool. I like the iridescent ones especially. Yeah, and I didn't know that the perfect spear pearls that you see on jewelry and stuff, those are actually farmed. They put like, what's it called? They put a dummy inside of an oyster. It's like a little template, I guess is the best way to describe it. And that's why they always turn out perfectly round. Because they farm it. They have a little oyster net and then they put like a little spear so that so that the thing just happens to form like that. I didn't know that. I don't know like the full details, so you guys are gonna have to look into it better than I did. It's pretty cool. Salt. Let's see. Let me back read. What started this? Shiny rock. Holes. Yeah, angelfish. Angelfish. Angelfish, isn't that the one that looked like this? Angelfish. There you go, that's the angel. Now that's the anglerfish. Beep. Shiny rock shade started off with taco bargain. Let me see. so far. And maybe I could add some more darker parts actually, so that it doesn't look that distracting or that attention grabbing. So yeah, you can see that the middle part, right? There's lots of like dark spots right there. So I'm trying to keep it balanced. Doot, doot. And right there. Taco for gem. Yeah, barter trade. Right there. Yeah, how to trick a mollusk spear. Exactly, that's the method. So, step 1, trick mollusk. Step 2, and step 3, you profit. Boom, you got a pearl farm, baby. But yeah, I saw it from a YouTube short. So yeah, this YouTube short, apparently they treat their oysters pretty humanely. You know, they don't kill the oyster just to get the pearl. They actually like surgically get it. They surgically get it from the oyster. They did surgery on an oyster. Oh my gosh. There. And let's see. We need to bring back. You mean barter trading? Yeah, the classic, the tried and true way back in the day. Yeah, so I'll give you my Nintendo Switch for that taco. No way they did surgery on an oyster. Ain't no way. Impossible. Bad. Yeah. Yeah, also it's just kinda mean. Yeah, I feel like those are the fascinating YouTube shorts to me. Even though I hate the ocean, and I think it's the scariest thing ever, I'm just so fascinated by the sea life. So for example, I watched this guy, he's a lobster fisher, and it's pretty interesting when he talks about the process of lobster fishing. So apparently when they get a female lobster, and the way they could tell, right, is a little lobster tail, it has like rows and rows of eggs on it. So they got like, they hold it up like that. Little lobster. What they do is they chip a little notch onto the tail to tell other people who would fish out the same lobster that, hey, this one is a breeder and you wouldn't want to get rid of this one. Or you wouldn't want to get this one, I mean. Want to put it back into the ocean. And then the guy is pretty funny. Every time he talks to the lobster, he gives him like a little fish after, like a little snack. And then throws him back into the ocean. It's pretty cute. Even though I think lobsters are really disgusting, I think it's pretty cute. I love watching those videos. Yeah, I love learning about the ocean. I know, right? There's so many terrible things in the ocean. Yeah, setting him on his way. Exactly. And so maybe I'll add like the little core of the strawberry right here. This is so fascinating. So we do that to all lobsters, so no one would ever catch one. I think it just makes a lobster fisher's job like way harder than it is. I think that's the only thing. They just have to look through every single lobster now. If it's like a breeder or if it's not a breeder. Yeah. Or maybe it has the opposite effect where they don't care anymore and then they just grab every single lobster. So yeah. What if it's the opposite? What if it has the opposite effect, you know? Yeah, and another fascinating thing that I watched before was like whale falls. So it's a biome, I think. But it's a kind of like environment at the very least. Whale falls. Because whales are so big, right? That when they die and they land on the seafloor, they actually create like a little ecosystem. It's pretty interesting. It's about how big they are and how much nutrients they provide to the dead ocean floor where there's nothing. It's pretty gruesome. Pretty gross, but like really fascinating to watch. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, and what time is it? Okay. And I'm trying to see what else I could add. So maybe I'll spice up the plate a little bit. So maybe make it a nice orange. Oh wait, no, I forgot to lock the layer. What is this? I'll lock the layer there. Okay, maybe not that orange. Alright, there. Nice color like that. And then I'll pick a nice bluish color for the line art of this one. Or no, there we go. Nice blue. And merge it together. Ooh, reminds me of lampreys, man. Red name my angelfish Emmett, Benny, and Duke. Ooh. I don't know, the only Emmets I could think of is the one from the Lego movie, so I guess I'm not getting that cookie. Unless it is Emmett from the Lego movie. So let's see. Wow, yes! Give me that cookie. I guess right, baby. But then, I don't know about Benny and Duke. So I guess I don't get all the cookies. I do get a singular cookie. There. Make it a little bit more blue. And this is another thing I love about colors, right? So usually when people say gray, right? People say gray is the most boring color. It's the one with the least color. And technically it's true. But then I also love that it actually adds a lot of color if you add gray. So for example, right, I'm adding this like nice blue. But then if I color pick it, it's actually gray, right? You can see that it's only like slightly blue, but it's adding like so much color. And then maybe I'll add like a green. I'll add like a green right here. There, and then if I color pick it, you can see that it's like a grayish green, but it makes it so colorful. So yeah, I love grays. I've learned to appreciate grays in my painting journey. It's very good. Yeah, man, I got my holographic cake. Oh yeah, who is dressing up for Halloween? It's like that dress meme. Yeah, the what's it called? White and gold, black and blue. For sure. Pretty similar to that. Yeah, and maybe I'll use this one. And so, this cake is not a lie. This cake is very real. Very real. It may not be an edible cake, and the reward for this one, for eating this cake, is that you know how to render. I mean, you can still dress up though, or at the very least imagine, right? Even though you don't celebrate Halloween, you can still imagine what kind of costume you'd want to wear. Yeah, because that's a good question. I think if I were to dress up as anything, I would have to give it a big old think. But maybe I would be I would be a Gundam. Easy. And I don't mean like the well-made ones. I want to be like this. Like the one that is like charmingly made with boxes. So I'd be like, got my thing here. So let me draw. And then I'd be like wearing a box. And then you just draw on the Gundam. Okay, let me try to see if I remember how to draw Gundam. The original one. There. And then my hand. There. I look like a Lego minifigure, but but that sort of thing. I would dress up as a Gundam. And I think I did actually. I did dress up as a Gundam in college at one time. Gundam. Yeah, we're about to wrap up in 10 minutes. What the bell? You're right. About to wrap up soon. Yeah, oh, I'm back reading. Also, yeah, visiting your grandma. Mm-hmm. Word, I'm glad she's getting treatment. And I'm sure surrounded by a lovely, loving family. Nice. Glad to hear. Yeah, so let me try to add like finishing touches since we have like only a few minutes left. Here. And let me just fix up this shape a little bit. And I want to add some like cooler shadows. That's why I'm using this nice purple. And maybe I could add like a cool shadow actually. So let me do that and make it add some nice purple onto this. So this one is the part where it's just a personal touch where I like to add more saturated colors. Then I'll add multiply. Okay, maybe not that. Maybe like a nice pink. Yeah, because honestly, I don't need to add this part. Oh, right, I should be using this one. Yeah, just to add like a little bit of a shadow. And I think I'll make it a little bit more blue. Just add like a hue of blue. Make it lights. This looks delectable. I'm glad. So many trick-or-treaters. Aw. Sag. Maybe it's because the kids who were trick-or-treating, Daria, they grew up or something. Maybe someday, you know, when they have kids, maybe they will come back. They will return. Trick-or-treaters. And I don't want the shadow to be that dark, so I think this is good. Like just a really light shadow. And then... Yeah. Weird question, but where did the witch's hat come from? Pointy hats. Why? I think it's a European thing. It's just the lore, I guess. I don't know what caused the whole pointy hat equals witch thing either, but yeah. Yeah, I want to add this like nice blue shadow or highlight just to make it look more delectable. Just like a nice hint of blue. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, pointy hat lord. Didn't have to cut me off. I don't know, where did all the kids go? I don't know. That's true, actually. Even if I did say that they grew up, where did the trick-or-treaters go? They're still kids. It's a mystery. But it's okay. That was just a theory. A game theory. And let me just... Yeah, right now I'm just adding some nice blue highlights to change up the mood a little bit. An elaborate game of hide and seek. I don't know, man. I think I would pass up a game of hide and seek to go trick-or-treating. Like, so if I had a choice between getting free candy or playing hide and seek, which I could do anytime with my friends, yeah. I do remember one time actually. So speaking of hide and seek, Me and my friends, we went to IKEA and we did the hide and seek at IKEA. It was pretty fun. And yeah, man. That's what it's like being an adult. You could just drive to places, do goofy stuff. And I didn't know that was a TikTok thing, actually. My friends just were like, out of the blue, were like, hey, you want to play hide and seek? IKEA? It was pretty good. We had the meatballs right after. IKEA meatballs, top tier. Very good. Yeah, for this one, actually, to go back a little bit to the drawing, I'm making the cream more reflective, so that's why that's the only thing that I'm adding the nice blues to. There. Yeah, and again, it's really important that you zoom out in this phase because this is the finishing touches, and we have to look at it as a whole. And so I think I'm gonna make a color layer, and I'm gonna make it slightly blue. The highlight, or maybe overlay would be better instead of color. Just like a slight tint of blue. There. Okay, maybe that's a bit too dark, so let me lock that up there, and let me do a comparison. Yeah, it's way nicer for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna go a bit early. Alright. Yeah, thanks for joining, Mighty Mina. You can hide it in IKEA. Is that allowed? I mean, it's not like we were like breaking into places we were not supposed to be, but yeah, exactly. What Will said, just don't get caught. Hide anywhere if they don't see you. But let's see. Yeah. Hey, popping in to go by and see that Ghibli level food. Wow, I'm flattered. Thank you. So, yeah, I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna add a little bit more pockets of air actually. So I will wrap up pretty soon. I'm just adding the finishing touches, and sadly, we couldn't draw any more foods. But then I think it was better to focus on just one thing anyway. That was the plan. Focus on just one thing. And so I could chat, because I think making an entirely new drawing later would take so much brain power. And I wouldn't be able to talk to chat like this. So, all's well, ends well. I think that's how the saying goes. All that's well, ends well. Yeah, you could, by the way, you can just like tag me on Discord. So yeah, if I see, because sometimes if you guys post and you guys don't tag me, I probably won't see it because there's so much activity happening in the Discord. So a little note. And there. And there. Nice blue. And I think, you know what? I'll add a glow dodge. I can't help myself. Let's see, because I want to add that blue highlight. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Maybe more saturated. Gonna make this strawberry shiny. Make the cream a little bit shiny. Nice blue. Yeah, you know, I kind after this stream, I think I'm gonna go out. I think I'm gonna go get some like sweets or something. This is actually pretty appetizing. And then I'm gonna add a little shine on the plate, last touch, and then maybe I'll tone it down a little bit, because usually I would blend it more, but yeah, I think this is all we got. And let me put a nice background, nice backdrop for this cake. Right there. Maybe darker. There we go. Yeah, this is our nice cake. And so thank you everybody for joining me, and I hope you guys had fun, because I know I did. And I hope, you know, I love it when chats a lot. So I hope we can keep this going. You know, for next week, keep the same energy. You guys wanna hang out and come to the stream. But again, as a reminder, we're not just a YouTube channel, right? So if you wanna have classes with me, learn more about art, and draw with me, have me give you feedback, I teach cartooning and anime. And don't worry, if you can't attend live, we also have a recorded version. So you can get a recording of the class, but I'll still attend to what you ask for. You know, even though it's recorded, I still will take you into account. So nobody gets left behind in our classes. Pretty nice. And you know, thank you for supporting us by watching our streams. And also, if you want to support us more and become a member or join us on Patreon, so you get Discord perks like the feedback. But other than that, I hope you guys had a nice time rendering this cake with me. And till next time, I'll see you guys. Bye bye. See ya.